Hello Flosstube, it's me, Dawn, Frosty XStitch. Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, I guess nobody really expected me to come on this early in the year for Mega Flosstube, least of all me. Let's just say we're not going into Christmas, New Year, holidays, end of job, New Year, what's happening? Just leave all that. I would like to thank everybody who sent me, I think you can see, you can't even see it right at the top. I got a lot of Christmas cards and I got some very lovely presents from some very special people, some cross-stitch presents, some non-cross-stitch presents. I'm not going to, the latest arrival is just, I think 2 days ago, with 2 lovely needle minders. Yeah, just thank you to everybody who thought of me, who sent me a card, who just thought of me, who sent me a message. It was really, really appreciated. So thank you very much. The winner of the Cardinals is that came out in the last Flosstube and that package is sent. Unfortunately, I had to do the whole new system with web stamp and everything, and I have no idea where it is, what it's doing, so I just hope it gets to you. I also chose a winner for the book, and I contacted that person by replying on that comment. It was only a week ago, but please could you get back to me, because if I haven't heard from you in a week, I will send the book to somebody else. I know not everybody can be on Flosstube and on YouTube every day, all week, every week, but I did comment on your comment, and it would be nice if you could contact me, then I would send that parcel off. I've still been getting comments about FRAK. I actually haven't seen FRAK happening yet, but that's because it should be anonymous. Maybe it's happening, and it's just not on Instagram. Maybe these people are getting their presents and not sharing it in social media, and that's fine. That's the way it should be. If you share it on social media, because I called it FRAK, that is Flosstuber, Random Act of Kindness, so that Flosstubers who are active, like me, can show the appreciation to inactive Flosstubers, the ones who watch and comment, so that we send out an appreciation to you as a viewer, a commenter, like or subscriber, to show the kindness. And I did a Flosstube on that. You can see that on my channel, and if you receive something like this and you want to show it on social media, usually we should actually give these things out to non-active Flosstubers, so people who don't have their own channel, because people who have their own channel do receive a lot of stitchy kindness. I know I have, and I never expected to receive stitchy kindness just by sitting here and talking to myself, basically, talking to a webcam, to my computer, laptop, whatever. I did not expect people to send me stuff, but I do, and I do get a lot of stuff, and it's really nice, and it helps me a lot because I tend to get something on a day when I really need it, and I know a lot of Flosstubers have the same thing happen. It's like Happy Mail just has a way of knowing when to turn up in your letterbox. For me, just a card is usually enough to make my day. But I know that people who don't make their own Flosstubes want to share stuff as well, and that's fine. So if you get a FRAK, so a random act of kindness from a Flosstuber telling you that this is a FRAK, and that it should be anonymous, you still can post this on Instagram and say, hey, I received some stitchy kindness. I'm not going to say who from. This is what I got, and you can use the hashtag, and I would have used the hashtag FRAK, but because FRAK actually is a German word, you should use FRAK_XS, and I put that in the description box below. So that should be the official hashtag. Like I say, I haven't seen anybody yet post anything, and that's fine if people don't want to post it. If they're not even on Instagram or on Facebook, that's fine. Don't post it. You don't need to post it. It's just in case you want to. Okay, I wanted to talk quickly about Coppa because I actually have heard a lot of rumours and stuff going around about Coppa, and that we have to be very careful and that we have to look out for whatever we're doing, and maybe even take down videos or check that we don't have content for kids on it. I had to read it up. I just took me a few minutes yesterday that I checked it out. Today I actually got an email from YouTube telling me that it's basically active from today or yesterday onwards. Now, Coppa is something that it's basically from the US healthcare government. I'm really sorry there. I don't know if you can see it out there. That green building is what they've been building for 2 years now, and they're doing the garden outside, and it's really annoying. So if you can hear that, I'm really sorry. I tried to take the webcam away from my laptop so that you don't hear the ventilation. Now you get that noise. I'm really sorry. Okay, Coppa. Coppa is basically the US healthcare for children wants to look out for kids, so that children who get onto a computer and watch videos on YouTube, that their data is not collected, so that the advertisement industry, and it's mainly the advertisement industry, is collecting data all the time. So every Flosstube you watch, every YouTube video you watch, every website you open, everything, all that data gets collected. There's tons of data that gets collected. So people who watch lots of Flosstube like me will get advertisements by people who do Flosstube, who have monetized their channel. So it depends how you monetize your channel. If you just said, basically I don't really care and I just monetize it, then the advertisement companies will check and they will see, oh, she lives in Switzerland. She's seen something with trains. So at the moment I actually get lots of advertisements with trains, Swiss travel advertisements. I get advertisements for shows in Switzerland that I have no interest in, but they have collected data for me. They know how old I am, they know that I live in Switzerland, so that's what's going on. And what they want to do is that if you're a child and you go onto YouTube and you watch something like Teletubbies, Pokemon, that data gets collected. So the next time that this person logs on to the computer, they get advertisements, not only by Flosstube. I mean, it's on every website, it's everywhere. At the moment we're talking about YouTube because it's about Flosstube and Coppa. So if they get onto one of our Flosstubes and they're a child, and Rita Marie was just, I saw one of her Flosstube where she talks about Coppa and that she's going to take down maybe some of her videos because she has she's doing the epic Pokemon, the big one. She does Pokemon stitching. She has anime. She likes anime. She talks about it. She talks about films. She talks. She has content on there that might be interesting to a kid. So if she hashtags it, you can, when you upload your video, you can put all little hashtags in at the bottom, so you can be found. Like I have the hashtag Frosty XStitch, so that not only my name but the hashtag can be found. So if a kid goes on and searches for Pokemon, maybe Rita Marie's Flosstube will turn up. If they watch that, then they might get advertisements. Now the data will be searched and they will see, okay, this kid has, and usually it's a family computer, so not only the kid has seen stuff, but the adult has watched and the teenage daughter has watched and whatever. This way it all gets together and they get advertisements, which should not happen. So if you're, well, basically it's a US law. What has that got to do with me in Switzerland? Basically nothing. The problem is that I'm a software engineer and I know how it is to have a product and you roll out a product and it's globally available. So YouTube is globally available. Now YouTube could make a special YouTube just for the US and then one for the rest of the world. Now that doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Especially if you think that Coppa actually is something good. It helps to prevent children seeing content that they should not. So YouTube decided they're going to implement it for the whole platform, YouTube, everything. So that means even me, in Switzerland, I have to basically abide to their rules. On the other hand, if I do something wrong, nothing will happen because it's a US law. The only thing that will happen is that YouTube will say, hey, you put on content and you said this was for children, we've noticed it's not for children, we've changed setting. And then you can say, but this is for children, and then you can debate that with them. But I will not be fined, I will not be prosecuted, nothing will happen to me. In Switzerland, in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, wherever. In the US, it's a bit different. But what you need to know is if you're like me and you don't have your channel monetized, there is no issue because there are no advertisements before, after, in between. There are no advertisements. Yes, data is collected, but it's not used from my channel. So the only thing I need to do, and everybody who is making Flosstube, so everybody out there who's making Flosstube and putting them on YouTube, needs to do one thing. You need to go to your channel, you need to use a laptop or a computer or a Mac. And you can't do it on your smartphone. What you need to do is, you need to open a browser and you need to go to YouTube. So, the normal, just YouTube. You're logged in and you've got the symbol of yourself. No, I don't quite know how to do this so that you actually can see it. That is your profile picture. If you click on your profile picture, you get this drop-down list. In this drop-down list, you have to choose YouTube Studio. If you click that, you can see that it loads a new page. On that page, on this side, here, you go right down to settings. Now remember, you're logged in. You have to be logged in with the account. It actually says that up here. It tells you there at the moment, and that's been coming on for quite some time. New laws, whatever. But I just tell you. So you go down and you go down to settings. It opens the settings. Under general, you go to channel, and yeah. So these are the settings. You go to the second one, which is channel. you get this basic info that you can see now. You go to the second tab over here, which is Advanced Settings, and there you scroll until you find, do you want to set this channel you made? Do you want to set your channel as made for kids? And the only thing you need to do is no. Set this channel as not made for kids and never upload content that is made for kids. If you do that, if you're not in the States, if your channel is not monetized, that's the only thing you need to do. You save and you're out, you're gone. You can choose that you want to review this setting for every video. So every time you upload, you can choose it's made for kids or it's not made for kids. If you make content for kids, you mark that and you said, yes, this is for kids. You know, you don't swear, you don't show porn, you don't show anything. You will have problems if you do that as a normal Flosstube channel, because a Flosstube channel needs comments. If you set this setting to kids, you can't, nobody will be able to comment on your Flosstube. The person who is online cannot subscribe. They can subscribe to your channel, but they cannot hit the bell button. So they will not get notifications that you've put out a new Flosstube. So if you're a Flosstuber, mark no, set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content that is made for kids. Save it, close, and you're safe. So if you do that, if you're not in the US, if your channel is not monetized, you've done everything you need to do. Now, if you have your channel monetized and you're not in the States, it's still fine. That's everything you need to do. If you're in the States and you have your channel monetized, I'm not quite sure if you have to change anything else. I'm not sure if you have to change. As far as I know, Michelle Bendy said that you need to change the advertisements to personalized or non-personalized. I don't think that is the case. I think the case is if you say this is not for children, they're not allowed to collect data. Well, if a child comes on and watches your Flosstube, not marked as a child, Flosstubes are boring for kids. Even if you show Pokemon, they might watch, oh, Pokemon, see that it's stitched and you're talking about stitching and now it disappears. So I guess that's about it. So, okay, I talked for quite a long time. My main point is the only setting you need to do is that one. If you've changed that setting to no, this is not made for kids, you should be safe. If not, if something is not okay, YouTube will contact you and say, hey, kids are watching your channel, we don't think this is for kids, and they'll tell you what to do. Or you can ask them. It's actually a very good frequently asked questions site, FAQ site on YouTube that you can check out. So, and anyway, if you're not in the US, mark that, you're safe. Okay, that was why I wanted to make this Flosstube, because I thought lots of people don't know what's going on, what's happening. Should I still make Flosstubes? What if kids watch me? I'm pretty safe. I know that I swear a bit, I talk a lot, but which underage child is going to watch me? Lottie maybe, but I guess even she gets bored. So yeah, so on to what you probably wanted to see is stitching. As you know, I'm doing Stitch from Stash. I haven't got my end budget, but let's just have a quick look, because I've been entering data into the data sheet for Stitch from Stash, and after about 5 to 6 entries I get kicked out. Stephanie said we will put a like if everything is okay, but because it's the end of the year and we finish the half year, so everybody who wants to start with us has to start writing down what they've been spending and how many credits, everything for January already, because January has started. So if you finish in the black, I need to comment and let you know that you finished in the black. Otherwise I just tell you that I've entered your data. Unfortunately, just likes, if I put, I'm somehow blacklisted. If I put on more than 20 likes in one event, I get blacklisted and I have to wait a whole day. So if Stephanie is not on it, I'll be entering your data, just please bear with me. Okay, I see that I have a starting budget plus the December budget was $55, and I did one finish that doesn't really count for anything. So I finished with 55 and plus, which is pretty good for me, because I haven't actually been counting some small Christmas presents and stuff that I have put out there. I finished this little guy. I had a Christmas card last year sent to me that was, it was sort of like marked with a red glimmer pen with X's, and it basically just showed this. So I just took, what was it, 150 or 155 or something, a variegated DMC, and I just stitched this. So yeah, I got this freebie from Candice, Slub Lover Stitches. I'm sorry, the lighting is very bad. It's daylight outside, but yeah, my overhead lighting doesn't work, otherwise I get this flimmering that Andrea, I Heart Cross Stitch, always has. And it has to do with the light that I have in here. I'm trying different light, but as you can see from the back, there's no light coming in, it's no daylight, so I'm really sorry. This is a blackbird design called Thistle Manor, and it's stitched with Blueberry by Gentle Arts, and Candice actually gave me 2 skeins of that. So it was one evening when I was just sitting there and I was going, oh, I don't know what to stitch. Because I stitch full coverage or mirabilias, and you can't really stitch those in front of the TV. So this is what I've got until now. It's killing me because it's taking so much time. Yes, I've already got my initials in there. And I've already got to 2020. That was easy because it was 2002. So that was easy to change. So yeah. I use the ball point needles when I stitch with 18 count Ada. It's so easy and it's really good. I love them. So I did the 90 days of Hade. I did all 4 of them on Full Coverage Fanatics group. How far am I? Okay, that's good. And it really helped me. I mean, yes, this last quarter I didn't get as much done as I hoped I would, but I stitched twice on this during this year, and I actually managed to finish that page there. You can see where the page break is, and everything over here was done now in 3 months. In 3 months. That's actually really pretty good. I'm only just sort of visualizing, seeing this, because usually I stitch on it, so I don't really look at it. That's actually quite a lot that I've done. And I stitch it in hand. I stitch in hand while I watch Flosstube. On this, of course, because it's all dark, I have to do it during daylight hours and in the kitchen where I have the best light. So I can't do this in front of the TV. But this is going away now, probably for 3 months, because the challenge for the 90 days of full coverage is not going to be going on, but you have at the moment I think January is one of the events going on in January, I think, is Australia. And Australia has trains, and therefore I can use my anchor train piece. And I also used this in the 90 days, in one of the 90 days, I think at the beginning, can't remember. I got quite a lot done then, that time, and yeah, I'm over here now, so I'm actually doing pretty well. But considering that, yeah, I have quite a lot more to do, and I realised that my dad is going to be 70 this year. When my mum had her 70th birthday, I stitched something for her. I don't think I'll get this finished on time for my dad's birthday. And no, I can't give it to him half finished. He's not really into cross stitch, he doesn't really. If it would be finished and framed, no problem, but otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Now where are my notes? Let's see. Yeah. Just to come back to FRAK, if you have any questions about FRAK or what it means or whatever it is, you can contact me. Just use the email address frak@frosty.cc. CC stands for some sort of island group, can't remember. Yeah, because CH was gone. So if you want to contact me, frak@frosty.cc. If you can't remember that, use dawn@frosty.cc. It works well. Okay, that's it from me. Don't know when I'll come back. We'll see. See what happens. And again, thank you to everybody. Lovely cards, presents. Thank you so much. And yeah, I did actually reach 5,000 subscribers. It was 5,500 subscribers. It went down to 490 whatever, then it went up to 503, then it went down again, then it went up again, then it went down again. At the moment I'm at 520, and usually when I put out a Flosstube I lose 3 subscribers and then I go up 5 subscribers, so yeah. But I did a giveaway before for the Cardinals. I gave away a book, and at the moment I have no money, so I can't really do a giveaway. I'll do a giveaway for 1,000, but as I've been on Flosstube for 2.5 years now and I'm still at a 500 mark, I don't think that I'll get 1,000 subscribers this year, so I'm sorry. I sent out lots of gifts before Christmas. Now that the postal laws have changed and they're ready. Yeah, won't go into that. So I'll be sending out cards. I do cards, but I can't put anything in them. So we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, I just hope that people like me will get a winter, because it's cool but it's not cold. Apparently at the moment, temperature wise, we are sort of around 7 degrees. It's sort of freezing at night but 7 degrees Celsius during the day. And Vicky from Stitch and Button in Florida told me that it's actually quite cold where they are. They're sort of having 7 degrees Celsius, which is same temperature as here. We need a winter. We desperately need a winter. We need insects and plants and stuff to die so that the new ones can start, because if it doesn't, we'll have climate change. And for the south, Australia, oh my god, my heart goes out to the animals that are just dying out there. The bit of green that Australia has is being killed, and I can't watch the news, I can't think about it, I can't watch it, it's heartbreaking. But if you're in Australia, please stay safe. If you have an AC, please use it, even though it's not very good for the climate, but please just stay safe. For people like Aviatrix Stitcher who have had snow now, it's nearly as tall as the sun. Hope you survive. Knit some blankets for yourself. Maybe knitting should be something that you start. Otherwise, just keep your hands busy and stitch. So happy stitching, everybody. Year 2020, who would have thought? I'll be watching. I watch lots of Flosstube and I enjoy it, and it makes life a bit more bearable. So thank you to all of you out there. Happy stitching. Bye.